10 richest countries in the world in 2025, wealth, wonders, and must-see highlights. Did you know the richest country in the world isn't a global superpower, but a tiny European nation with less than 1 million people? That's right, forget the USA, China, or Germany. When we measure wealth by GDP per capita, the rankings get far more interesting. In this countdown, we're exploring the 10 richest countries in the world as projected for 2025, based on GDP per capita adjusted for purchasing power parity. This metric gives us the most accurate picture of living standards and economic strength. We're using data from Global Finance Magazine, World Atlas, and other trusted economic sources to bring you the most accurate predictions. From oil-rich sultanates to financial powerhouses, these nations have mastered the art of creating wealth, and the income gap is staggering. Citizens in these countries often earn 10 times the global average. So let's dive into this tour of wealth, wonders, and must-see highlights. Number 10, Brunei Darussalam. Starting our countdown at number 10 is Brunei, a tiny Southeast Asian nation tucked away on the island of Borneo. If you've never heard of it, you're not alone. But this small sultanate packs a serious economic punch. Brunei owes its prosperity to vast petroleum and natural gas reserves, which have transformed this former British protectorate into one of Asia's wealthiest nations. What makes Brunei truly unique is how its wealth is distributed. The ruling sultan has created a welfare paradise where citizens enjoy free healthcare, free education through university level, and subsidized housing. Oh, and income tax. There isn't any. With a projected GDP per capita of $95,758 by 2025, Brunei's 450,000 citizens enjoy a standard of living that rivals Europe's wealthiest nations. Not bad for a country smaller than Delaware. For travelers, Brunei offers majestic mosques with golden domes, pristine rainforest reserves, and a fascinating glimpse into one of the world's few remaining absolute monarchies. The capital's Omar Ali Saifuddin Mosque, with its marble minarets reflecting in an artificial lagoon, is alone worth the trip. But as impressive as Brunei is, it's just the beginning of our wealth journey. Wait until you see the ultra-luxurious lifestyle awaiting in our next destination. Number 9, United Arab Emirates. At number 9, we find the glittering jewel of the Middle East, the United Arab Emirates. This federation of 7 emirates has transformed from a desert backwater to a global symbol of luxury and excess in just one generation. While oil kickstarted the UAE's transformation, today it's a diversified powerhouse with booming tourism, finance, and real estate sectors. Dubai and Abu Dhabi, the UAE's most famous emirates, seem to be in a perpetual competition for who can build the most outrageous attractions. The world's tallest building, check. Indoor ski slopes in the desert? Why not? Artificial islands shaped like palm trees? Of course. With a GDP per capita approaching $80,000, the UAE offers its citizens and expatriate workers tax-free salaries and world-class infrastructure. Though it's worth noting that wealth distribution isn't equal, a significant portion of the workforce consists of foreign laborers who don't share in this prosperity. For visitors, the UAE is the Disney World of luxury experiences. You can shop in the world's largest malls in the morning, ride a camel through the desert at sunset, and dine atop a skyscraper at night. Just bring your credit card. This playground for the wealthy isn't kind to budget travelers. As impressive as the UAE's meteoric rise has been, our next country has built even greater wealth from similar natural resources. Number 8, Qatar. Number 8 on our list is Qatar, a tiny peninsula jutting into the Persian Gulf that's become an economic giant. With just 300,000 citizens and about 2.3 million expatriate residents, Qatar sits atop the world's third largest natural gas reserves, making it the global leader in liquefied natural gas exports. This wealth has funded a remarkable transformation. In recent years, Qatar has poured billions into education, healthcare, and sports. You might remember them hosting the 2022 FIFA World Cup, an event that cost them an estimated $220 billion. That's what happens when money is no object. With a projected GDP per capita of $121,605 by 2025, Qatar's citizens enjoy one of the world's highest standards of living. The government provides free healthcare, education, and even utilities to its citizens. Not a bad deal. Travelers to Qatar will find a fascinating blend of traditional Islamic culture and futuristic architecture in the capital, Doha. The Museum of Islamic Art, designed by Pei, houses one of the world's greatest collections of Islamic artifacts, and the traditional souks offer a shopping experience that feels worlds away from the city's gleaming skyscrapers. But while Qatar built its fortune on natural gas, our next country on the list took a very different route to prosperity. At number 7, we find Switzerland, a country that proves you don't need natural resources to become fabulously wealthy. This alpine nation has leveraged its political neutrality, stability, and precision engineering to become one of the world's richest countries. Switzerland is synonymous with banking secrecy, luxury watches, and pharmaceutical innovation. Names like Rolex, Novartis, and Credit Suisse are known worldwide. And let's not forget the chocolate, because what's wealth without a little sweetness? By 2025, Switzerland's GDP per capita is projected to reach around $95,000. This prosperity translates into spotlessly clean cities, punctual public transportation. You really can set your Swiss watch by their trains, and some of the world's highest life expectancy rates. For visitors, Switzerland offers pristine alpine landscapes that look like they're straight out of The Sound of Music. The skiing is world-class, the hiking trails immaculate, and cities like Zurich, Geneva, and Bern blend medieval charm with modern efficiency. Just be prepared for the prices. That $7 coffee isn't a mistake. While Switzerland has built its wealth through stability and precision, our next country took a different approach by striking oil and planning for the future. At number 6, we find Norway, proof that striking oil doesn't have to lead to the resource curse that plagues many oil-rich nations. This Scandinavian country discovered North Sea oil in the late 1960s, but made a crucial decision: save the money rather than spend it all at once. Today, Norway's sovereign wealth fund is worth over $1.4 trillion. That's more than $250,000 for each Norwegian citizen. It's essentially the world's largest savings account, ensuring prosperity long after the oil runs dry. Talk about planning ahead. With a projected GDP per capita of $107,892 by 2025, Norwegians enjoy comprehensive social benefits, free education, and universal healthcare. They've also invested heavily in green technology, ironically using oil money to become a leader in electric vehicles and renewable energy. Travelers to Norway are rewarded with some of Europe's most dramatic landscapes: deep fjords carved by ancient glaciers, northern lights dancing across Arctic skies, and charming wooden villages that look like they're straight out of a fairy tale. Just bring a well-padded wallet. A beer will easily set you back $12. Speaking of expensive destinations, our next country makes Norway look like a budget option. Number 5, Macau SAR. Halfway through our countdown at number 5 is Macau, a tiny special administrative region of China that's packed the economic punch of a heavyweight. This former Portuguese colony has a secret to its success: gambling. Lots and lots of gambling. Macau has transformed itself into the gambling capital of the world, dwarfing even Las Vegas in casino revenues. On a land area smaller than Manhattan, Macau has built massive integrated resorts that cater primarily to mainland Chinese tourists eager to try their luck at the tables. With a projected GDP per capita of $134,141, Macau's 700,000 residents benefit from this gaming bonanza through low unemployment, no public debt, and comprehensive social services. Residents even receive annual cash dividends from gaming revenues, literally a share of the house winnings. For visitors, Macau offers a fascinating blend of Portuguese colonial architecture and Chinese heritage, alongside the glitz of mega casinos. You can wander through the UNESCO-listed historic center in the morning and try your luck at Baccarat in the Venetian Macau, the world's largest casino, in the afternoon. But while Macau built its fortune on games of chance, our next destination took a more calculated approach to wealth. At number 4 is Ireland, and no, its wealth isn't built on leprechaun gold. The Celtic tiger has transformed itself from one of Western Europe's poorest countries to one of its richest through a combination of low corporate taxes, EU membership, and a highly educated English-speaking workforce. Tech giants like Google, Facebook, Apple, and Microsoft have all established their European headquarters in Dublin, attracted by Ireland's 12.5% corporate tax rate. Pharmaceutical companies aren't far behind, with Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson making significant investments. By 2025, Ireland's GDP per capita is projected to reach $133,999, a remarkable achievement for a country that experienced mass emigration due to poverty just a few generations ago. This economic miracle has transformed Dublin into a cosmopolitan tech hub, while rural Ireland maintains its timeless charm. For travelers, Ireland offers dramatic coastal cliffs, rolling green countryside, and medieval castles. The famous Irish hospitality isn't just a stereotype, it's real, especially in the country's countless pubs, where traditional music sessions continue a centuries-old cultural tradition. But as impressive as Ireland's economic transformation has been, it's nothing compared to what our next country has accomplished in a single generation. Number 3, Singapore. Taking the bronze medal at number 3 is Singapore, a tiny island nation that transformed from a malarial swamp to one of the world's wealthiest countries in just 50 years. With no natural resources except its strategic location and harbor, Singapore bet everything on good governance, education, and business-friendly policies. The gamble paid off spectacularly. Today, Singapore is a global financial center, the world's second busiest port, and a hub for everything from biotech to artificial intelligence. Its infrastructure is so efficient it makes other developed nations look like they're still figuring out indoor plumbing. With a projected GDP per capita of $156,755 by 2025, Singaporeans enjoy world-class public services, education, and healthcare. The strictly enforced laws that keep Singapore clean and safe, including the famous ban on chewing gum, may seem excessive to outsiders but have created one of the world's most livable cities. For visitors, Singapore offers futuristic attractions like the Gardens by the Bay with its surreal super trees, alongside culturally rich neighborhoods like Chinatown and Little India. And don't miss the food. Singapore's hawker centers offer some of the world's best street food at surprisingly affordable prices. But even Singapore's impressive wealth isn't enough to claim the top spot. Our next destination combines fiscal responsibility with fairy tale charm. At number 2, we find Luxembourg, a tiny European duchy wedged between France, Germany, and Belgium that's quietly become one of the world's wealthiest nations. With a population smaller than Memphis, Tennessee, Luxembourg has leveraged its location at the heart of Europe to become a banking and investment powerhouse. Luxembourg's success story is built on political stability, multilingualism, most residents speak 4 languages, and business-friendly regulations that have attracted over 140 international banks. Add in a thriving steel industry and the EU's most important investment fund center, and you have a recipe for extraordinary wealth. By 2025, Luxembourg's GDP per capita is projected to reach $152,915, giving its residents the highest standard of living in Europe. The country boasts excellent public services, free public transportation nationwide, and some of Europe's highest wages. For visitors, Luxembourg offers medieval castles perched on forest-covered hills, a charming capital city with UNESCO-listed fortifications, and excellent hiking in its northern region, known as the Ardennes. It's like visiting a prosperous fairy tale kingdom where everyone seems to work in finance. But which country could possibly outrank Luxembourg's legendary wealth? The answer might surprise you. And our winner is Singapore. Again, while different economic reports sometimes place Luxembourg in the top spot depending on the year and methodology used, the latest projections for 2025 put Singapore narrowly ahead, with its phenomenal GDP per capita of $156,755. Singapore's rise to the top spot is all the more remarkable considering its humble beginnings. When it gained independence in 1965, few gave this resource-poor island nation much chance of success. Yet, through strategic planning, strict governance, and a focus on education and innovation, Singapore has defied all expectations. What makes Singapore's achievement truly exceptional is that unlike many other wealthy nations, it didn't strike oil or natural gas. Its prosperity comes from human capital, investing in its people and creating an environment where business can thrive. From its world-class Changi airport, more like a luxury mall with planes, to its efficient public housing system, over 80% of Singaporeans live in government-built housing. Singapore represents a unique model of development that many countries seek to emulate but few can match. For travelers, Singapore offers a vision of what a city of the future might look like: clean, green, efficient, and multicultural. Its blend of Chinese, Malay, Indian, and Western influences creates a unique cultural tapestry reflected in everything from its architecture to its cuisine. From oil-rich monarchies to financial hubs, these 10 countries represent the pinnacle of global wealth in 2025. While their paths to prosperity differ, some struck it rich with natural resources, while others built knowledge, economies. They all share certain traits: political stability, strong institutions, and strategic investments in their future. The wealth gap between these nations and the rest of the world remains staggering. The average citizen in our top countries earns in a month what many people in developing nations earn in years. And even within these wealthy nations, inequality remains a challenge. Which of these wealthy destinations would you most like to visit? Is there a nation on this list that surprised you? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more global rankings and travel insights. Remember, wealth isn't just about money in the bank. It's about creating societies where people can thrive. These 10 nations, each in their own way, have valuable lessons to teach about creating prosperity in the modern world.